GameWorn Radio is on the air.
Hey! Chilton scores! Up in the Cordova, baby! We're going bowling. Now, let's go hunt moose on a Harley. The fires, he scores! L.A. face with an Oakland booty. Scores! Make me a bicycle club. They score! Bowmeister paid that man his money.
GameWorn Radio.
Hey everybody, it's Derek with GameWorn Radio, part of GameWorn.us. How's everybody doing today?
Good, man.
What's up?
Good. Good.
Alright, well, tonight's topic for the evening is going to be special event jerseys. I know a lot of you guys have some experience with that, as I do myself, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the panel. First and foremost, let's go ahead and talk with Dan. Dan, what's your take on specialty jerseys? Do you like them, not like them? Are there specific ones that you collect?
I'm going to get out of them.
What's that?
I just think that they're going to, they're getting kind of crazy with the pricing and stuff. And I'm going to keep one because it's kind of special. I don't have anything against them. I think some teams do too many, and some teams might not do them at all. I don't know if you consider a third jersey a specialty jersey, then I'm not against them. I like, but I'm talking, if you're talking the pink in the rink or the ugly sweaters, the St. Patty's Day, the Christmas ones, and stuff like that, I'm just going to start, because you can't do everything, so I'm just not going to go for them anymore. I don't really have anything against them. Some people really like them, but they're kind of, they're 1 or 2 games. You might get them for a weekend.
Well, what do you have right now?
Right now I have pink in the rink, Wilkes-Barre Scranton one, which I will keep because that's pretty much my daughter's jersey. And then I have a Willie Naylor's pink in the rink, and I have a Wilkes-Barre St. Patty's one. Yeah, those are the 3 I have for specialty jerseys, if you want to say.
And I know you've been trying to spy a couple of them just because the player that's worn them.
There is the one going on right now that the Walleye are doing the Holy Toledo ones, and Jeff Lurg that's a player I'm going after. So in that case, yes, I would get a specialty jersey because it's hard to get that player,
Mm-hmm.
But right now that's stupid money. That's just what it's at now with 3 days to go is just stupid. So I will have one other specialty jersey, if you want to say either it's a warm up or something that will be a Glendenning jersey, because you have all the Glendenning jerseys.
That's true.
And since you don't collect Glendenning specialty jerseys, since he fits my collection, I will probably have one of his warm ups or the cancer jerseys or something like that.
Yeah, you'd have to go with the warm up because I still plan on doing training camps and
Right.
exhibitions.
And that's only because I know that you collect the regular ones. So I'm like, okay, for the player, because I want that player, then maybe I got to go a specialty or something like that. So, I don't have a big problem with them, and I don't, they're pretty cool and sometimes, but they're mostly done with auctions, and they get crazy. They just, I don't care what you do on them. People just really get into them and stuff like that. So, the Admirals do one here a year. They do it at the MDA auction for muscular dystrophy, and I don't know how it's going to be this year. Will it be an ECHL? But in the past, with us when we were AHL, they were going for $3,000-$4,000. Some of the more popular players, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe a jersey from an AHL team would be like $3,000.
Now, Tom, you've got a little bit of experience in specialty jerseys, right?
Yeah, I have quite a few of them mostly from Lake Erie Monsters. The ones I collect are usually something my wife or myself have been involved with. So I have 2 March of Dimes. I have a autism because I used to teach children with autism. And I have a pink for the rink just because I liked the actual design. And then I have a couple of the Star Wars from the Cyclones because the money actually goes to the part of the Cincinnati Children's Hospital. So a lot of what I like to bid on the specialty jerseys is a specific cause. I mean, of course, I also want a certain player, but usually it's a special cause. Last season, I tried to get the Make the Wish for the Monsters, and I lost. And when I lose, I lost. I don't get mad about it, and it's something I've worked with Make a Wish, but I didn't win, so I cut my losses and buy something else.
Yeah, I understand that. Sometimes you kind of, if you want something, you bite the bullet. I'm not a big fan of specialty jerseys myself, primarily for the fact that I like jerseys that have wear, or at least have a chance at wear, And a lot of the specialty jerseys are one game or even one period. So, I mean, I've got a couple of them, primarily just because they're Glendenning, like the Winter Classics, but those are one-period jerseys, and you end up paying out the nose. They don't hold value or anything like that. Trying to sell them is kind of a pain in the ass. But luckily, if you only get the ones of players that you collect and know you'll have around for a while, you don't really have to worry about that too much. Marco, I'm willing to bet you don't really have very many of those.
Nope. No, I do not. Well, just because of the kind of players I collect. It would be astronomical, way beyond my means to get like a Doug Gilmour specialty jersey or one of his. I don't know. It would just be insane. Plus, what Derek said about the wear, and now they do it for one period, which is getting now it's just getting it's not even about being a GameWorn jersey.
No, it's not.
What I'm waiting for is for the Special Olympics to do like an outdoor game, so then I can get like a special jersey, like an extra special jersey.
Oh my God.
That's the one I'm waiting for.
Oh God.
Dude, that's as bad as the third world country. What are you crazy? Why don't you just get a special for the third world country?
Probably, yeah.
Oh my God.
The African Ice Hockey
Does the short Zamboni clean the ice for that one then too?
League. Yes. See?
I know we're all awful. Oh,
We're going to hell.
I guess the biggest thing with this, and I've got a lot of experience from the junior team that we had here with the specialty jerseys, but it's a tax write-off. Most of what people are going for, unless they really love the player, the other one that are spending ass tons of money, thousands and thousands of dollars on players that in all reality probably aren't going anywhere, is because it's a tax write-off.
I'm gonna say the Monsters had a Star Wars jersey like every other team this year has done, and they did it 3 different ways. They do it in a secret where they you write the number and you just put it in a bag and you hope that you win, and then they have the silent where you write it on the table. Then they had the live. In the live auction, one of their players went for $3,700 for a jersey worn either for the whole game or half the game. They say it's all one game, and then all of a sudden at the end of the season, the AHL eBay will come up and say, this was worn during this game. It's now, wait a minute, I thought I had the game worn for that, But 37 for one jersey for, he's a prospect, but you don't know he's not Ovechkin, obviously. So it's like, jeez.
And it seems, sorry, Derek, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, part of the reason I think we're seeing a lot more specialty jerseys in the lower leagues is a lot of the sensationalism of different types of events or things happening in the world, like Star Wars night. Everybody's doing a Star Wars night now, and it's a way for them to make money. And with the new movie coming out, or that just came out, they can jump on that wagon, and people are going to buy into the shit.
Did anyone here watch Star Wars yet?
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yep.
Loved it.
Okay,
Loved
it's
it.
A New Hope, but that's not
It's
GameWorn
good,
related.
Derek. Come on.
It's A New Hope. It's just a reboot of A New Hope. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, so you're you're like a classic fan, I guess.
He's a Star Trek fan.
It's the same damn plot story, man. It's the same exact fucking story, dude.
Take
Everything's
it.
exactly the
Nostalgia lane, I
same.
don't care.
Prosper.
So lame. But you got the Star Wars jerseys, and I don't know if the Walleye were maybe the first, but maybe the first to do home and away team jerseys. So they had the X-wing fighter and the TIE fighter jerseys. Home team wore X-wing, away team wore TIE fighter, and they auctioned them off. Obviously, the home team ones get more money and whatnot. But I think they might be one of the first ones to do home and away specialty jerseys. But then you look at what the Walleye do historically, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the jerseys are cool looking and everything, but I wouldn't pay the money that they get to get these jerseys. I mean, they're cool designs and stuff, but we're seeing like 5 or 6 different ones in a year. It's like, when are you wearing your regular jerseys?
See, you know what's funny? I have a friend of mine, he's a Leafs collector. He's based out of Toronto, and he is actually really upset because the Leafs this year are doing for their 100th, or next year for their 100th anniversary thing, are actually releasing like 6 different jerseys apparently. So they're going that way, and he's a guy that likes to have one of every style of jersey, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's kind of like almost to the detriment of the hobby, because you're really like pushing the boundaries or maybe testing people's patience with this stuff now. More choice is not always the best thing.
Right. I know the Monsters a couple seasons ago did that. They had 8. It was 7 or 8 they did in one season. And it was like, here's the silent auction. Okay. 2 weeks later, here's another one. It's like, you're just recovering from the first one. And I at one point I ended up winning 3, which I wasn't trying to win because, with the secret auction, you don't know what your price is or if you're going to win. And I just put in like 3 like reasonable bids. I didn't do anything insane. And I ended up winning all 3 of the jerseys I put my bid in. And I called my wife, and she was kind of mad, but I told her, she goes, well, which one did we win? I go, well, we won the Calvin Pickard, we won the Davians that we wanted, and we won Patterson. She goes, well, I told you to win 1. I was like, well, I thought I was winning 1, but. And then the Monsters, like, once you win, you have to pay it, because some people have tried to get out of, I've won 5 jerseys. I just want 1. I don't want all 5. And it's like, you have people who do that to stop other people because they want all the jerseys, and it's stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say maybe it sounds like they need to rework how they're doing it. If it's the blind where you don't know till the end what you won, it makes it very difficult to. For you to know for your pocketbook, right. And then I think the teams may be losing out on some money, because I know even from my experience with doing my auction during my Guns and Hoses game, we in the past few years had done the blind silent auction. But so nobody knows what the bids are, and then of course at the end you figure out who wins. We went back to just a regular on paper where everybody can see the bids, and we over doubled what we made last year.
Yeah,
because that just seems to work better when people know what money's on the line. You're much more likely to sit there and start either snipe or know it's too much instead of getting caught with 3 like you did.
Yeah. I was fine with all 3. I actually ended up trading one of them and got an NHL GameWorn from it. But, you just, I guess, you're just rolling the dice on those. Now, I know Cincinnati, they live auction all their jerseys. And this auctioneer, he's fast. He's like an actual professional auctioneer, not one of these ones like, hey, my friend auctions. And he was like, all right, here's this player. It started at $250. Now this player today, and he like rambles on. He's like, all right, first bid, going once, going twice. Now let me tell, and it's like, okay, say sold. Don't add another 5 minutes of.
That's embarrassing, though, isn't it?
It is. It sucks. It's like, you're supposed to say sold after you say, come on, finish it.
If the market's not there, it's not there, and the team shouldn't really be pushing this stuff. It's cool, but come on. After a while, you're just embarrassing yourself. Let's not pretend that the market for these things is like crazy, fucking
and then you
huge,
have,
right?
And then you have the people who try to resell them, thinking that you're going to get the same what you paid for, and it's like, no,
that's when we will all buy them.
Oh,
yeah, you don't understand.
they can be cool to some people collect that weird shit. They just want, weird. I had a guy that had University of Michigan Glendenning. I didn't have one yet, and he collects oddities, things like that, and he was looking for Toledo Wallet Batman one. Well, dude, finding one to get to him for this Glendenning was absolutely ridiculous. And then the one person that had a couple of them that would be willing to get rid of them, the negotiations were just so tough. And I think part of it is it's a good and a bad thing for our hobby. It kind of gets the regular fans that go to the games and are really big team fans like aware of game-worn jerseys and things like that. So then maybe they'll seek out different avenues to get them and things. But the additional problem is valuations. So you get somebody new coming into the hobby, and they're expecting that this is what they paid for it, so it's what it's worth, and they should be able to trade it for something else of high value. And you're just kind of like, huh?
Yeah, well, that's the people that are their hometown fans, and that the small teams who does a lot of specialty jerseys, ECHL and AHL, they got to have those fans to draw, to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why when I approached the Admirals here, I was like, why don't we do more? What you guys have been saying about like Lake Erie, and I think the Condors last year did I think a dozen. They don't want to flood the market because they feel that if they go to do it, it's going to be the same people bidding on the jerseys. I'm like, that's a valid point. You don't need to overdo it. I would like to see maybe I'd rather see them do some with the regular season jerseys than specialty jerseys. But then when you get those local fans that bid on the jerseys, they think that, well, hey, this team here, that's a good jersey. Well, not over here in this part of the country. It's not, that's just somebody on the other side of the country,
Yeah.
So they tend to overvalue them because they auction them off and they got competitive because competitive nature takes over. And you want to win instead of just saying, oh, hey, it went above my bid. I'm done,
Well, it's locality is what it comes down to. You got the fans, and they'll wheel and deal amongst themselves, So in that group, it holds value. But then when they want to expand, they're trying to get into more NHL instead of ECHL stuff. The value doesn't translate. Like, why am I going to trade you this high-end NHL player for your ECHL player who might see a game in the AHL?
Yeah, but if the guy turns out to be a superstar, it's like a lottery ticket, right?
Where do you see that coming from the ECHL though? I've seen players move up, but they're not superstars. Like the superstars are in the show, and they're gonna stay in the show.
They're at AHL level,
Yeah. No, of course I get that. But...
Yeah. But the Monsters this year, because they're the new affiliate of the Blue Jackets, they have the regular jerseys that they wear for at home. Then they have a special Friday night jerseys that they wear that celebrates them being part of the Blue Jackets. So it's like designed with the Blue Jackets, and the logo looks like something you would put on a season ticket holder's jersey. And then they have the blue jerseys that they wear that look like their Frozen Frontier jerseys from a couple years ago. And then they wear their away jerseys. So it's like, make up your mind, stop being so schizophrenic, and pick a damn jersey and stay with it.
Yeah, we here at the Walleye, we've had a point in time where we had 4 model jerseys. It was awesome. One of them's away, and then 3 of them are home. Yeah. And if you look at the Grand Rapids Griffins, they kind of do the same. Yeah. I think they had 4 or 5 last year, and then on top of that, specialty jerseys. Mm-hmm. It gets pretty crazy down in the lower levels, and that's kind of why I try to stick a little bit more towards NHL stuff. It's just a little bit more standard, and it gets more into events. You got your Winter Classic, you got Stadium Series, Heritage Classic, All-Star Game, and then outside of that, you really don't see anything other than warm-ups. And let's be real, if you're a game-worn jersey collector, you're probably not that big into the warm-ups.
Toronto has the Hockey Hall of Fame game, right? So those are 1-game wonders, and those jerseys typically they go for less than any regular season jersey with good wear. So take that for what it's worth. Right?
Well, the NHL also does 2 sets of home and away, and they do a third jersey. So if a team is selling their jerseys and they do well there's only a handful of them that do actually well they sell 5 jerseys a year, but they don't have to sell the specialty jerseys. Whereas the lower levels, usually they do one set, a home and away, and maybe a third jersey. So they got to generate interest in their team, and one way to do that is with specialty jerseys. Plus, they have to get people in the door at those lower level games. They're competing with movie theaters and shows, and
that's
people
probably
doing
that's probably more what it's about. But
so they got to get people
guaranteed
they got to get people in the door, and one way to get them in the door is to do not only door prizes, but to do specialty jerseys, and then they do it for a good cause, and people do it as a tax write off, and everybody kind of benefits from it.
See, we're so blinded here, being game worn collectors. We think that it's actually about them releasing a new fucking jersey, where it's not about that at all. They don't give a shit about the jersey. They're just like, oh, well, I guess we have to make the jersey now because we're hosting a special event. Okay, what do we do with these stupid things after? Oh, okay, let's sell them to the public as kind of like a consequence of the event, which is pretty sad. But I think we're jaded sometimes, thinking that it's about
Well, what I think is kind of neat, though, most of the jerseys, in fact, I'm pretty sure almost all the specialty jerseys, there is some tie-in to some kind of charity that all but $250 goes to that charity, because I believe it's $250 is how it's based on how much the jersey's worth, and then after that, that's what kind of goes toward the charity. And I mean, I know the NHL.
So people are buying these things out of sympathy.
I mean, I know all the ones I've bought. I know a couple seasons ago, I think I ended up with, I think it was 5. Like I said, 3 of those was from one auction, but I got a nice tax write-off for that, and it was like, well, you can't claim the whole thing. I was like, what do you mean I can't claim the whole thing? They're like, well, you can't claim $250. Whatever after $250 is, that's what you can claim as your tax write-off.
And I call bullshit on that.
That's
and I'll
what
tell
I
you
did
why.
to them too.
Because what I was told is you're supposed to you can't deduct whatever the cost of the jersey is. $250 is bullshit, because I've been told the ones from Reebok, blank or just the team crested jerseys minus the lettering, sell from Reebok for $135. Yeah. So $250 my ass. Where they're pulling that number, I have no idea.
Because that's what they sell the authentic, the ones that supposed to look like they're on the ice, but they're not the ones they wear on the ice. Like with the fight strap and the heavy material and everything sewn in.
Authentic jerseys they're anywhere from $250 to $350 depending on the team. Some of them are a little bit more, some of them are a little bit less, but
but the wholesale cost that the team can actually get them for isn't that high. It's a hell of a markup.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, what are some good things about these specialty jerseys? And I did.
We're really.
I wonder why you were so quiet.
So yeah. Why are you being so positive, Derek?
I thought of something.
The money goes to charity. I mean, that is,
No, I don't like that one.
That's right. You're going to hell. So let's just add to it, right?
Yeah. No, the one I like is all right. I go up to the Red Wing game, right, and you just see red and white everywhere, and then you'll see opposing teams speckled in there, here and there. But it's fucking red and white everywhere. You go to a Toledo Walleye game, and every son of a bitch has a different fucking jersey.
It's a rainbow.
Yeah,
it's like a gay lesbian event type thing. They're wearing the rainbow colors.
Oh my god, dude, we had so many specialty jerseys. Like, seriously, you can at any time of the day you could probably spot out at least, I'd say right now, 20 different jerseys, man. All different designs. Is crazy.
And see, it used to not be too bad. Like the junior team here would do a St. Patrick's Day jersey, and usually something early in the season, and that was it. So they'd have the regular ones. They wore one set all year. They'd do a fall specialty and then a St. Patrick's Day spring, and they did good jerseys. But yeah, God, when you see all the different ones that are out there now, it's like, Jesus. Every 2 weeks they got another specialty thing, and the people that are paying, it's all the same people that are buying those jerseys.
Well, the nice thing too is it kind of gives you eye candy here and there and things to look at, right? Which is cool, but I mean, I guess the downside to that is I'm the type of guy that when I go to a game, I kind of want to stand out a little bit. So I want people to ask me about the jersey that I'm wearing. Like, oh man, I've never seen that before. You go to a walleye game, everybody's wearing something different. Nobody gives a shit anymore. You don't stand out. You can't stand out. It's ridiculous.
That's the one thing in hockey you can do. You can't do in other sports. You can wear any jersey to a hockey game, and someone will tell you, "Nice jersey." I just went Friday night to the Admirals game and wore a Grand Rapids Griffins jersey, and I had 3 people tell me, "Hey, nice jersey."
Hockey jerseys are special though.
Yeah,
whereas the other ones are.
Yeah, you can't do that at
really
baseball and football. So, people. I'm like you, Dick. I like to go to a game. Well, hey, what do I feel like wearing tonight? Okay, I don't have a jersey of the 2 teams playing. What do I want to wear tonight? And then I just wear something that maybe I haven't worn before, or, see how many compliments you get,
Have you guys ever followed college football and what they do there, where half the stadium is wearing like red and the other half is blue?
Yeah.
I went to a college football game one time and I didn't know, and I had this orange sweater that I brought. And don't ask me why. I was wearing a fucking orange sweater, right? But it happened to be that I was. And the Georgia Bulldogs were playing the Florida Gators. And we were in like the Florida zone, and these fucking rednecks from Jacksonville were like, "Oh, I'm going to kick your ass, boy," and all this other shit. I'm like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I'm like, fuck off. And then hey, teams turned out to be really nice guys, but like they go the complete opposite, man. They're fucking crazy there.
I went to a Admirals game in Milwaukee, and I ended up wearing my I had a neon jersey that the Monsters had done, and I had a lot of people come up to me and just like, wow, that's a really cool jersey. It's really neat. I actually had one person like, "I'll buy that from you off your back." I'm like, no, because I actually like this. I like this player. I like this design. It was featured on Yahoo and
you didn't even ask him how much?
Oh yeah, they offered more than I paid, but I like the player. I've actually got to know the player personally, so it was kind of like. One of those I just can't separate with. I know it sounds stupid, but
no, it doesn't sound stupid. It's what being a collector is, I think. I think they offered
me $650 on the spot, and I didn't come close to paying that. And I was like, no, I know the player.
Holy, some guy offered you $650 for fucking the jersey you were wearing at a fucking game. Holy shit!
I didn't know how he was going to pay me, but I was like, no.
Why, yes, fine. I do take checks.
No, I don't take checks.
But by the way, I happen to have brought my PayPal swipe thing for my phone. Do you have your credit card?
All you gotta do is log into PayPal.
I do that.
Really? Look at that. There's an ATM in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cold hard cash for me. Nothing else. Cash only.
Which is funny because I'm like, well, why don't you use that money and get one of your? Because we end up going to. I didn't even plan this. I just went because they were having a bobblehead that I wanted because it was a player I like on the Admirals. They were also doing a specialty jersey auction for the Milwaukee Admirals from the last time they had won the Calder Cup, and I didn't even go and bother to look because I'm like, if I go and look at this, I'm going to get in trouble because my wife's going to kill me. I'm already going to casino. I don't need to lose any more money. So I just
so what do you guys think about the All-Star game jerseys?
Doesn't look like
nay?
It doesn't look like a race motorbike.
Motocross, yeah.
Yeah, motocross.
The last ones I had looked like fucking laser tag jerseys for fuck's
sake. I liked those ones better than these ones. These ones look so boring.
I do too. I like the neon. I thought it was cool, but these they look plain.
My favorite
almost looks like Bruin colors instead of Nashville.
I'm gonna get that John Scott.
Guy's a fucking all-star, man.
Well, did you see that shit that came out today with that too? The NHL is now again going to change their voting stuff for next year because of that.
Because they got red face. They got made a fool of.
When will people learn that you can't put voting into the hands of the general public? Because you will get boned every time.
I would troll the shit out of that. I voted for John Scott. Fucking hilarious.
People troll us all the time in the U.S. presidency election. Come on.
Who gives a shit? It's an expedition game. If the fans want John Scott there, who gives a shit?
You know what would be the greatest, though? If John Scott gets into like a fight and beats the shit out of like a legitimate all-star. That would be the best.
Can you imagine the first ever all-star fight?
I would go out and buy for John Scott jersey if that happened.
Oh my God.
That'd be... That'd make me a fan of his automatically.
Oh my god!
What
It was the
competition's he gonna do?
first All-Star jersey with blood on it. The only one in the world.
Exhibition
the
game,
NHL would
exhibition
burn
fight.
the hell out of it.
Oh
We're not
my
letting the
God.
public see this. No.
Oh my god. The one I really like the Campbells. Remember the Campbells they had back in the day? Like the one where it was like the orange and black and white. Those
Yeah.
ones are
Yeah.
sick. Those ones are awesome.
Yeah, so would All-Star jersey be considered a specialty jersey, or is that just a one-game wonder jersey?
No, I think that's a specialty because I'm sure they probably wear more than one. Like
They do now. They're doing per period now.
Yeah, like
And with this shit.
That's the
What the
stupidest
fuck?
shit.
like the
Like even the
It's
one
money
game
is
wonder,
what all this
I
is
can.
driven by this.
The
Eric.
one game wonder, I'm kind of like, okay, I guess I can swallow it. But man, the one period wonder, no, I can't.
Well, the All-Star games, you can't even buy the one they wore. You can buy the opposite one that they're not on, right? Or that was it last year with the draft.
That was with the draft. I don't know if they're going to do that this year because are they picking team? No, they can't do that because they have like what 4 teams or something.
Yeah, this 3-on-3 stuff has got that all screwed up.
Yeah, so I think they're just going to issue them at game time as opposed to having like draft readies.
It's give me one giant cluster is what it is. That's pretty much.
How was the ice, Eric?
Oh, we got smoked. It was an outdoor rink, and we just didn't show up tonight.
There you
Sorry
go.
I'm late, guys.
So, you got any specialty jerseys? Special event?
You know what? I sold off. I had a couple of the Rockford ones that they do for charity. I ended up getting them at a reasonable price, and I knew somebody else wanted them, so I ended up selling them off. But those go for silly money. Even the ugly Mexican ones that sold last year, a couple of years ago, they
I
sold for
remember
something.
that.
Sold for something fierce. So, yeah. The cheapest one I saw was last year when they did a specialty one for the hockey club, and they had Whiten and somebody else that sold for $200, which is a steal for Rockford stuff compared to the other ones that sold on eBay for $2,000 to $5,000 a piece. So,
Ugh.
Oh my god, $2,000 to $5,000 a piece.
yep. I mean, they sell for silly amounts of money. I'm sure with the website you guys track, with Derek he tracks the auction stuff, and I'm sure if he doesn't have it, I could pull up the archives. But
See, Derek,
just stuff that sells for stupid in Rockford. They got a couple of big sponsors, and the guys buy the stuff for their offices, so they're not afraid to lay the money down for a tax deduction. So
what's gonna happen in about 6 months from now is Derek's gonna land like a sales deal with the team, and he's gonna be in their boardroom, and they're gonna be asking about specialty jerseys, and Derek's like, we need to push as many of these motherfuckers down people's throats as we possibly can.
Regular season jerseys? What's that? We need a new jersey every night.
That's a new jersey.
Ooh, a
Well, I
GameWorn
could
specialty
see.
jersey.
it gets kind of crazy just in general with teams, though. I mean, not just Rockford or Chicago, but just different teams. It's like they have a Halloween one, or they have a Cancer Center one, or a Movember one. Right there is like if you did all 3, that's 3 before the beginning of the year. You could, how many teams do at least a half a dozen specialty ones in a year, and they smoke through them?
I'm still waiting for that car accident specialty jersey.
You know the real sad thing about the car, yeah. The real sad thing about specialty about these specialty jerseys is it reduces the amount of games on the regular season jerseys.
Yeah.
That really sucks, man. Like if you've got like I don't know, something fucking retarded like 10 specialty jerseys a year, like something astronomical. That's 10 less. If you're only releasing 6 sets, that's an average of like almost 2 games less your jersey's gonna have on it, right? If your regular season jersey, that sucks, man. It could be an extra fight or blood splatter or an extra repair or whatever you want. Like that's what really sucks about it.
I had a friend one of the it was they did it, and this is the one that makes me mad, is they did Cavaliers night. It's like, why are you promoting the NBA team that has LeBron James on it? You don't need to put that on your damn hockey team. And what they did is they wore jerseys that looked like the Cavaliers, and it had one of our fighters got in a fight, and he got blood all over, and it was the the jersey was gold, like obnoxious gold, like bright yellow, and he got blood on. You could see it. Well, he won it, and he was excited. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to get it. I'm going to have blood." He gets back. There's no blood on it because they had bleached it. They had cleaned it out. They had made sure
That's so brutal.
They made sure they got the blood out of the jersey, and I would have said, "No, I want my money back. You can have the jersey back." Because
we've talked about this before too, right? About the fact they want the jerseys all clean for TV and stuff like not with these one game wonders. Obviously, that doesn't make any sense, but that really sucks for the hobby. I hate that shit.
Well, it's funny. I have jerseys from the early 2000s, and I have one from the late 90s, and the wear on the arms and on it is like, I mean, there's a lot of wear on it. But then I get some of the newer jerseys. It's like, well, there's barely any marks on this. What the hell?
Because they're wearing so many specialty jerseys, man.
I'm talking about NHL jerseys, not the specialty ones.
It's because they're playing so many specialty event games like Winter Classic and Stadium Series. I mean, what? You got Kings playing 2 Stadium Series last year?
Rangers did. No, Kings did. Well, they both did.
And the jerseys they hold up so much better, and they wash the shit out of them. So, I mean, if you may find a ton of repairs, but there may not be a single damn puck mark on the thing.
I got a jersey with seven repairs from the 80s. It's a Salming jersey, and you can't see a single stick or puck mark because during the Ballard era, they used to dry clean jerseys like after every game. Isn't that a shame? That's sad, isn't it?
One of the ones I got over last year was or I guess this summer, was a Jamal Mayer's Toronto Maple Leafs one with the A, and it was white. And there's a blood stain on it. There's puck marks. There's stick marks. There's holes. There's pilling. There's holes. And it's one of my favorite ones. And it was like, I got it randomly on my gray. I was like, oh, it has the A. I'll take it, and get it. And I was like, wow, there's actual blood stain that they didn't get out. Like it's, and I actually was able to video match it and figure out whose blood it was. So I was like, this is a really cool jersey. So
the Leafs, I don't know. Like I've got a 0506 Lindros with blood on it, so I guess they're not doing that anymore. Well, apparently they're not, but I just think it's a real travesty when teams. It's a fucking hockey jersey. They're supposed to be dirty and smelly and have sweat stains and blood stains and all that shit. We're not talking about a Major League Baseball jersey here,
right?
So,
but it's all about how it looks on TV.
I know with the HD shit now. But you know what's funny? With HD now, I mean, you guys must notice, when I'm watching a game now, I can see tons of fucking marks on the jersey. So I'm thinking, like, why when I'm seeing them for sale now are they, like, pristine clean?
They clean the shit out of them after the game. Weird. So you see the mark get nabbed on the jersey, and then they can just go back and clean the shit out of it. They really do. And the cleaning stuff that they use is fantastic.
Well, that's like what you posted when you said, first game of the season, there's the Flames, and I want to say it was the Canucks, and then that fight breaks out within 15 seconds, and that jersey's ripped, and I'm like, I want it. I'm going to sign up for that one. I want that fight that just happened, the jersey, because it has the rips, and it has, like, the guy was bloodied and got all over the jersey. I'm like, that's the one I want. Because that's kind of like how I've been trying to change my collections. Like, I like certain players, but I want I want a lot more wear, or I want a lot more stains on it, which is really odd when you try to tell someone who doesn't understand collecting. Yeah. It's like, I really want this one. They're like, but there's my first gamer I got was a specialty jersey, but there was a big hole in the sleeve, like from either a stick or something, because the guy got pulled and had a nice big hole. My wife's like, oh, we need to sew that. I'm like, no.
You need to sew that.
No, don't sew it up.
Your wife, you're gonna get back one day. You'll be like, honey,
spent $450. I don't want to sew it up. I want to keep it with a hole in it.
Your wife's you're gonna come back from work one day, and your wife's be like, honey, I did the nicest thing for you today. I took all of your jerseys and I sewed up all the holes in all of them. They're perfect now, and I dry clean them all for you.
So I'm like, hey, let's go to the courthouse for a minute. I gotta build.
Should we live in Baltimore?
No, I can't, because she supports my hobby. So I can't.
Yeah, I should be living in Baltimore full time for that one.
I think the real sad thing, which comes with the special event jerseys and the one game wonders and the all-star game and all that shit is that when you actually go to frame these things, if you're doing like a man cave thing, there's no way anyone's going to know they're fucking game worn. Like with the new ones, you're just going to look at them and it's just, you're like, oh, it's just, it's not like back in the day. And I think that's why everyone loves vintage, right? Because when you look at a vintage jersey, you can tell when it's hung up on the wall that someone fucking wore the shit out of that thing, And that's what's cool about it.
You just got edited by the phone.
I did?
Yeah, man, it cut out when
you
you're
dropped the F-bomb.
dropping it.
You just got censored by the phone.
I got censored by my own iPhone. Wow.
Nice. High class.
Marco, I think you just collect the wrong team. My jerseys show up with some pretty good wear there.
Well, that's the thing with the Leafs, right? They don't really compete very often, so the amount of wear on their jerseys are very
when
very
was the last
minimal.
game they actually played?
I hate you guys so much. You guys are the worst.
Hey, I know
We're like 2 points out of a playoff spot right now, which is actually ironic because that's kind of the opposite direction the team actually wanted to go at the start of the year. They're like, we're going to suck intentionally, and they can't even suck properly. They can't even tank properly. What the fuck?
Well, that's the opposite of my team. My team was supposed to be in the playoffs. They were supposed to be the sleeper team, and they're in the bottom, the Blue Jackets.
Oh, I feel bad for you. Actually, the Blue Jackets really pissed me off because by all rights, that's Toronto's pick right there. You guys should be doing damn. What do you think about the trade? I know we're getting off topic here, but I gotta ask it.
I think the defensive help is nice. Johansson, I think he just wants. I think Torts yelled at him, and he threw a fit and just, I'm going to pout because someone yelled at me. And
I think a number 1C is sick, but Seth Jones is incredible.
Yeah,
I think you guys got the better deal.
I kind of do because Johansson's only had one good year, and that was last year.
Yeah.
Okay, but going back to the game worn with the modern, I have a Savard that has a nasty just rip in the back, where that was unrepaired. Like I could put my whole arm through the jersey, and I'm 6'5".
Doesn't that shit piss you off?
Huh? No.
What? That they didn't repair it?
No.
Really?
I was at first I didn't know it was going to come unrepaired. Like I ordered it from My Gray. I worked a deal out with Barry, and I get the jersey and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, holy shit, this is a big hole. I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna wear this. I got this. I was like, I can't even hang it up on a hanger because I'm afraid it's going to rip apart. So I have to actually frame it in. I don't know. I'm going to get probably the fight strap autograph, so that I don't know.
Now, is that an NHL one?
Yes.
See, what I find interesting is that must have been worn right at the end. He had that or got that damage right at the end of the
season.
Of that set.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was actually.
It's almost like
because it's a set 3. Because I looked at it, said set 3 and it had 2 set 3s for him. I'm like, what is this all about? So I started
home and away.
I started doing some research, and then I was like, well, he got in a fight, and so I'm assuming one of them was the one from the fight. So
see, that pisses me off. See, that's laziness on the part of the team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we've seen jerseys that have like fucking repairs that are like a foot long,
I have a Gallant that looks like it was ripped. It was like completely ripped off his back. And that was team repaired. And
see, that's what I like. Isn't that crazy shit?
I like the ones where they cut him off the player because he had to be taken out on the stretcher.
Oh yeah, those are insane.
Really?
Those are insane. There was one for sale. It was that Dallas guy that had a fucking heart attack. Who was
Peverly?
Yes. They had his
Peverly,
fucking
whatever.
jersey for sale. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
No.
That was, I think it was for sale like a year and a half ago. I was like, holy fuck. Or no, it wasn't for sale, but the guy posted it because he'd pre-ordered it through My Gray, and My Gray basically sent him a fucking jersey that was like a fucking, like you put it on like it's a fucking jacket. And I'm like,
Nice.
holy fuck. But that's
Hey,
But you know the story on it, and you had it photo matched, so it's awesome.
yeah.
And I guess, you know what, and in a case like that, if you pre-ordered it, I think it works okay. But some of the times where people go after those, it's almost a little, kind of iffy, I guess. But it's a rare jersey that you can obviously match.
Yeah. Well, that's like the Gallant one I have. I can't match it because it's a preseason jersey, and I can't find any photos on it. I found where he wore it in the fight, but there's no photos from that game because it wasn't a televised game.
Quick poll: would you guys rather have a heart attack jersey or a specialty jersey? I'm going for the heart attack jersey because that's way more rare.
Depends on the specialty.
I'd say any injury, honestly, because they had to cut it off.
You know, it'd be amazing. You know, it'd be absolutely amazing if it was a specialty jersey for like the Heart and Stroke Foundation. The guy had a fucking heart attack in that thing. That would be like the ultimate fucking specialty jersey.
God,
Dude.
we're gonna piss more people off with this show than I think we ever have.
We're gonna. It feels like
I
want gunshot awareness.
God.
this is gonna be like the Howard Stern effect. We're gonna get more people. Trust me.
You know what? They had a specialty jersey for give blood, something. I forget what it is, but they had a fight and there was blood all over it. I forget what team it was.
Oh, see, that's amazing.
That's
there you
awesome.
go.
That's awesome.
That's like the when they have the kids game, school age kids game, where they teach not to bully and not to fight with violence, and they have fights break out during the game. That has happened twice in a row with me and my kids. And my kids looked at me and go, I said, "That's how you solve your problems, right there. You just beat the crap out of the other guy."
Pull his shirt over his head and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Well, my son's first day of kindergarten, he picked on the biggest kid was like laughing at him, and that's what he did. Pulled his shirt over the kid's head and started punching him. And I had to explain to the parents, I'm like, "We're a hockey family. I'm sorry." She's like, "That's okay." And I'm not. I wish I was kidding. I really do wish I was kidding on that.
Nice.
I'm like, great. We're gonna be the bully family because my kids. What my kid was body checking kids on his first day of basketball practice last year. He's like, "Daddy, I'm doing it just like in hockey." I'm like, "Yeah, but this is basketball."
This shit
You
actually
can't
worries
do
me. I was
that
just
in
joking about all the other shit. Now I'm actually worried about this now. Like that now. Oh my god. You guys think hockey? You know, the hockey mentality is bad for kids?
No.
I don't either.
Whose
don't
kids?
either. But
Yeah.
the shit
Whose
you're telling
kids?
me, like your
The
kids
other
are just
kids.
fucking like
Maybe the Toronto
charging
kids.
to buy. Yeah, whose kids? Yeah.
Well, they
exactly.
teach them about disappointment early in life. You will not win at anything, kids. Support
Oh
Toronto.
my god. Oh my god, you guys are the worst. Now, you know what's so sad down here? The whole generation of kids are like not even Maple Leafs fans. That's really sad. And
Are
this
they
is supposed to be
Canadian fans?
Some of them are, and those kids, you know, I don't mind if those kids get bullied. That's fine. They should get bullied. Fucking hate Canadians. Worst. Worst. That's a specialty jersey.
No.
A Montreal
Penguin
Canadiens
fans.
jersey.
Penguins are worse. They're a little sour, crybaby, just like Crosby. Sorry.
What? Oh my god! What else?
They're still complaining about the stick hit on Crosby from Dubinsky. They're still complaining about it. They were trolling Seth Jones about it. Like,
They're
"Oh,
still
you're gonna
complaining
join a
about
team that
Crosby
likes-"
running into his own guy.
Well,
You
Crosby's
guys
an
are-
idiot.
Oh my god! Oh my! How dare you? He is a Canadian Jesus. How dare you guys criticize Canadian Jesus?
Look,
No,
these
no, no.
guys-
That's Carey Price. Come on.
Yeah, Jesus Price. He plays for the wrong team. Poor Price.
Hey, you guys believed in Sparks, and unfortunately, he got hurt.
I don't. You know what? I will say a lot of Toronto fans are idiots. I'm sorry, they are. They get really excited about these guys because we don't have anyone really good to cheer for. Unfortunately, no superstars in Toronto.
Matt Hunwick.
I hate you guys so much. I'm going to leave this fucking conversation.
Don't you have the one that's like has a brother on the Blackhawks that won a Stanley Cup, and the other guy's in Toronto?
Who's that?
Never mind. I was thinking it was Van Rise. Damn it! I think.
Oh, Van Riemsdyk.
Yeah. Doesn't he have like a brother that plays for the Blackhawks? I thought that got called up. Am I thinking of someone else?
I know that guy was in the World Junior. He was in the World Juniors, I think. His brother.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not sure. See, that's what the problem is, guys. We have way too many fucking Americans on our team. That's what the issue is.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I blame the Canadian dollar.
It's
Exchange
pathetic
rate
right now.
sucks.
It's really bad.
We have
Hey,
derailed.
It makes me happy though because
Yeah,
I
no
can
Yes,
shit.
it makes me extremely happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
buy some gear.
You buy something from Canada, man, you get a good fucking deal.
As
Yeah,
long as
my
it's
God.
special.
Well,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good for us to actually. A lot of Canadian collectors are getting out of the hobby, or they're not. They're saying they're getting out of the hobby. They're just selling their stuff for ridiculous prices.
They're selling
in
it
US
for
dollars.
American prices now. instead
Yeah,
of
they are.
Canadian prices. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
But it's all. That's all the way it's always been, though. It's always
Yeah.
American dollar prices, you know. So, but I mean, I guess it's good. But I don't want to sell anything, so it's not good for me.
I just like it when I go on the Flames GameWorn site. I'm like, which one do I want? Because I know I'm not paying
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy
And the
everything
Flames
with the
sell stuff,
Canadian.
like,
I'm gonna buy with Canadian and sell with American.
Oh my god. I hate you fucking guys so much. I hate you guys. So wait, I thought we were talking about specialty jerseys. Don't you guys
Sure.
want to talk about specialty jerseys? Come on.
Oh,
I think we've come to the conclusion they all suck and we don't like them.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
them.
pretty much. Yeah.
Tom likes.
I like them just but for certain things. Like I know there's one coming up that I got the Star Wars one from Cincinnati, which was different than everyone else's. Everyone has this little. Mine's a Boba Fett that actually looks like Boba Fett's like suit, like he wore in the movie. Like the front's like his chest plate, and the back is the rocket. It's really cool. It's different than what you see other specialty jerseys. That's what I like. It's something that's different than that you don't normally see. Like the neon, like I have not many teams do that. I always like all the autism jerseys I've seen from what some of the teams did. The Sharks when they had the rainbow color pieces or rainbow puzzle pieces, which I thought was really cool looking on the jersey. Like the bottom of it was the rainbow pieces of it, like the puzzle. So, and then the one coming up that we're hoping to get is a Lego, and I'm really curious to see how that's going to look.
It'll look put together.
Oh my god. Oh, that one wins for tonight. That's for sure. Wow.
I don't know. I was kind of hoping like some similarly required at home. Like if it gets ripped, we have to put it back together ourselves.
Oh my god. Derek,
I hope-
callers are dropping off right now, one by one.
I hope it's actually blocky. Just like real Legos, it's actually blocky. They have to skate out.
No,
and work.
those are the GameWorn jersey cards. That's the equivalent of the Lego
Yes.
jersey.
There you go.
See?
Alright, so you guys are pretty familiar with some of the services we offer. We offer that escrow type thing, so you can find proxy bidders for stuff. So I actually will be being a proxy bidder at the Toledo Walleye game where they're doing the Don Cherry tribute jerseys. The blue and
That's
yellow
so sick.
checkers.
That actually looks really cool. I have to admit, that's really cool looking.
See, we're idiots, eh? We're complete hypocrites because we're like, oh, specialty jerseys are the shittiest thing ever, and then Derek's like, oh yeah, and I'm doing proxy bidding for a Don Cherry jersey. Everyone's like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
I was the one who said it was awesome.
It's Don Cherry, dude.
They're
I
cool.
know.
I
Circle
love
your
Don
ears
Cherry. I
and
love it.
We all know they're cool jerseys. We will admit that they are cool jerseys. It's just, do we want to own them ourselves? Not
That's
for
it.
the money
I
it
think
would
that's it.
Half
take.
the
think you
people
said
at the
it
game are
perfectly.
going to go, "Who the fuck is Don Cherry?"
Yeah, see?
Well, they're-
Oh my god, I just spit out my rum and coke. How dare you?
They are Toledo people.
Hey, I
Yeah,
know
not
who
too
he
small
is.
there.
You guys can have Trump as your president. We'll have Don Cherry as prime minister. I have no problem with that.
I think there
I'll
are
go to
some
the third world
cool.
country of Mexico
Yeah.
when that happens.
I think there are some third jerseys or some special jerseys that are cool. Like I like to see the military ones, and that's just because it's my background. So I like to see the ones that I could care. Like the Condors did one last year, 50 Shades of Grey. Fucking really? Really?
That's stupid. And it's,
That's just stupid in itself. So
How do you put S&M
does it
in a
come with
jersey?
whip?
I don't know how they did
Come
it.
with a whip?
I don't know, but I think there's some that are cool, and the designs are cool. They do a cool design with it, and like I agree with Tom. A lot of times it's for a good cause, and so be it.
I like the Wranglers. I think one time did the Criminals, which I thought was kind of odd being in Las Vegas. They did the
Well, what
whole
they did
criminals
is
and the police.
part of it was my state's governor. They did Rod Blagojevich prison jersey night. It was after our governor had been convicted.
Was that the Rivermen that did that?
I thought Vegas did that. Because the Rivermen didn't actually do it. Maybe they both did it, but I know that was a hot thing that year.
So, side note, you know you're popular when you have to keep fending away trolls. We've had a lot of trolls try to call in tonight to talk about masturbation on the show.
Why don't we allow them on? That's awesome. It would be a good twist, I think.
I was really debating on it.
Too.
You were debating on it. Very good. That's up there with the Lego comment.
Fucking trolls.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was scoping around to see how quickly I could like drop them if I needed to, but I decided
you should get those guys on. That would be really good. And then we could talk about cum stains on jerseys. And if that
we're
raises the value.
not photo matching that. You have to use a blue light.
You could.
Or a black light, I mean.
You could.
We could do the Bill Clinton specialty jersey.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big old cigar. It's a cigar-shaped jersey.
Oh, I swear.
So we're really getting trolls?
Yeah, we are big enough to get trolls, I guess. I had to
That's
block
sick.
a couple people on the chat window and stop a couple people from harassing me trying
Are
to
they
join in on
actually
the call.
are they actually from the group, or are they just random people that we?
I don't know. I don't know. It was just entertaining to me. I had to block people tonight. That was fun.
We should get those guys on.
That's when you know you're getting big.
In the after show.
In the after show, yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about this.
They're from the masturbation radio show.
They're interested
We should combine the two. That's what
Cross-platform.
we should do.
They're
Yeah.
interested in the 50 Shades of Grey specialty jerseys.
Yeah, they heard 50 Shades of Grey and they just went crazy.
So, what do we want to
kind
get
of,
slated for?
tie-down straps do those have?
Oh, Jesus.
Those are the three strappers for sure.
All right, so let's kind of try and wrap it up a little bit. We got about 3 minutes left. Wow. Yeah, they just totally tried to boost our listener rate. We're sitting at 33, and like 30 of them are fake. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty epic. What do we want to talk about in a couple weeks? What we got going on? What's going on in the GameWorn world?
I don't
Do we need to talk about etiquette again? I mean,
yeah, of this radio show, perhaps.
no, I just recently seen a lot of bullshit posts going on like what is it, the good and bad trader feedback threads.
Can we talk about that though? I actually got someone sent me something about defamation the other day.
defamation?
Yeah, like a defamation lawsuit.
Good luck proving that. Bullshit.
I think
yeah,
I
I
saw
know.
that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was one of you guys that sent that, actually. Fuck you guys. What do you guys think? What are we going to talk about? Derek, you got any ideas?
We might touch on etiquette again. I'd like to readdress, web forums and Facebook crap, like when social media is good to use and when it's not, and things like that. Just because seeing a lot of stuff that can be, I don't know. I see factions starting to form a little bit these days, and it's kind of concerning. And then the fragmentation of information is just getting more and more difficult these days.
Sure.
So maybe we'll talk about that, like trying to defragment the hobby a little bit and resources people are using, and maybe trying to advise specific resources. And we'll touch on etiquette again. I think we need that.
Yeah, because I've seen over the last couple of weeks, in the last couple of weeks, I've seen a lot of Facebook posts in different groups of people getting burned, either stuff they shipped and then got screwed up and getting paid, or some people backing out, stuff
And it's
like
so
that.
funny because half the people are like, "Oh, this guy's a really good person." The other half are like, "This guy's the biggest piece of shit in the world."
Mm-hmm.
So now we can't even get that part right, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you trust now?
Cool. I'll get that slated. We'll get it out there, and we'll kind of wrap up some ideas. Maybe get it listed on the forum so we can kind of collaborate what we want to talk about. But appreciate you guys coming on the show. Glad we were able to fend off these trolls, and glad we were able to get a little bit raunchy. I know Marco really enjoys that.
Love it, man. Love it.
All right, guys, stay on. We'll talk at the after show.